Shalom. This is the brother Yohana, giving no praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Rahaka Kadash, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, the men who rule well, and citations to the brothers out there doing the work, truth and dealing sincere, and the sisters as well, and all the camps out there whose teaches the word of the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, and all supposed to be on the same pages as well. I have the another line with me. I have the brother Obed. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, I'm brother Obed, calling from Allentown, PA. I'm originally from New York.
So, brother Obed, me and brother Obed knew each other since we were like 5, 6 years old. We go way back. This is the brother I was telling you about in my videos. The brother who introduced me to the truth. Most High uses a vessel to get me into this word and this truth. And, I always buck against it. And when my spirit was down, the brother got some scriptures, told me to go get a Bible and get some scriptures. And I've been in the truth and believing of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai ever since, And this is the brother right here who got me into this truth, man. It's the brother right here. And it's the brother right here who was used to be in Comfy's camp in Allentown. He used to go to his church and things like that. So tell me, brother, tell me about the church, Comfy's church in one of his divisions in Allentown.
Before I even start talking about that, I do want to say, I did introduce you, I introduced you, I let you know that you was an Israelite. But I'm not, I just wanted to state that I'm not one of these, I'm not a teacher, I'm a teacher in some ways, but I'm not like a top-notch teacher or, someone, I'm still a student, me myself, I'm a student, and I'm a person that, time to time went off, go off a little bit, come back, and I'm trying to stay on the right path, you know what I'm saying?
Same here, same here, brother.
So you know me, sometimes I see myself like a loose cannon a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But my heart is in this, you know what I'm saying? It's like I love the Most High. Like when I see something going wrong, like when I see something that's not right, even though like some brothers would be like, oh brother, I'm this priest, or I'm top, I'm the top, like whatever they call themselves, I'm the high priest here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in charge. I know more than you, but you know when something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even if a brother knows a little bit more than you, or the brother knows the scriptures more than you, when something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to start off by saying that, and then, so now I can tell you, so I was introduced, I found out I was an Israelite when I was locked up.
Okay.
A brother from the tribe of Ephraim told me, you know what I'm saying? But when I was locked up, a lot of brothers in there really don't read, you know what I'm saying? There be a few brothers, they be, studying heavy, but there be a lot of brothers, they're not studying or reading or anything. So there's one dude who told me he was an Israelite. Before I met him, there was other brothers like, yo, this brother's deep, this brother, he got mad knowledge. And so he wanted to be in my celly. You know what I'm saying? Like later on, he wanted to be in my celly. So he told, but he didn't know a lot. He didn't know a lot about the scriptures. But the few things that he told me, he was like telling me, look it up. Like look this up. Like telling me that certain things. Basically, I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That why we're in this condition. He told me the basics.
Right.
But so from being locked up, I took a little bit, but I still didn't really look up what he was telling me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I remembered him. But then I see Israelites preaching on the streets. So one day they was telling me they had a picture like Santa Claus wasn't black. Santa Claus wasn't a white man, Saint Nicholas. He was like he was a black man, and I was actually going to the library when they said that. So I was like, St. Nicholas was a black, what these dudes talking about? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, let me look this thing up. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the library, looked it up, and I was like, you know, like they had like these brothers, they had a real book on Saint Nicholas. You know what I'm saying? Being a black man, it was hard to find. You know, because you're going through all these Santa Claus things. You know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
But then if you look hard enough, you're gonna, you know, I mean, the libraries don't really have the real books, but you'll find certain things.
You find certain things, right, con. And it depends on certain libraries as well, you know.
Oh yeah, con. That's another, you know. So, you know, and plus when I was a little kid, you remember, we're from the same neighborhood. Remember the Israelites? I remember one time the Israelites cursed out one of the teachers. And I was like, damn, these brothers are strong. You know what I'm saying? So there was always a interest, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, like,
it just wasn't time. It wasn't time.
Right, the time wasn't right, you know?
You know what, real quick, so I cut you off. I remember I was like 15. And I was in Union Square, you know, me, Lester, my brothers, and we used to always go, you know, in Union Square, you know, to steal shit, you know, and things like that. You know, it's being mischief and things. And I don't know which camp was. His brothers wearing black, and it was like 3 or 4 of them. And one brother said about, you know, Adam and Eve was not the first people on earth. So I was like, what? You know, like what you mean? You know, it bugged me out. Like, what are you talking about? You know, and it just wasn't my time. You know, I remember vividly. I was 15 years old. I remember I was asking some few questions, but you know, I just wasn't ready for that. You know, my mind was just ready to go. You know, just do dumb shit. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of times it's a process. Some people, they just feel right, you know, like they get that spark and they just in it. But then some people is like, you know, let me try this again. Let me see these brothers again. You know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
And gradually, you know what I'm saying? Then you want to, I mean, the more you go and the more you look up, the more you're going to see. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is read the Bible and you're going to see certain things, you know?
Right, con.
You remember back, you know, our grandmothers, you have the book on the Bible and on the book of Psalms somewhere, and it's just sitting there, nobody's reading the Bible. It's been sitting there like that for the last 20 years, you know what I'm saying?
Con. A lot of them still do that today still, you know? A lot of them, Ak. So, so on the way into the library, and you met the brothers, and the brothers talking about Saint Nick. Then what happened then?
And then that sparked the interest, like, you know, like, damn, what else these brothers know? You know what I'm saying? So I wound up started going to the Comfy's church. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can't call this dude no comforter. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine. I went to one of his whatever you call that thing, you know
churches,
what I'm saying?
You know, one of his churches, yeah, because you know he had a couple churches come.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But when I was there, I started seeing things that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like basically, just to be straight up, man, that dude is just about money. You know what I'm saying? He want to look good, flash, and just spend everybody's money. That's all he want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? But when I was there, the one thing that hit me was these dudes are talking about the Archangels Awards. You know, like, yo, get ready, bro. You know, we're going to be going to the Archangels Awards. I was like, where's that in the scriptures? Nah, brother, that's just something we do. Well, that ain't nothing you know what I'm saying? I never seen this in the Bible. That's not nothing I do. So they looked at me like I was like a rebel, like, oh, brother, Satan got into this brother. You know what I'm saying? The nonsense. But I'm not one of these weak brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these weak brothers. Like, you're not just going to tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, yo, it's not in the scriptures. What do you mean that's something you do? Why you don't do that on your own time? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the church. Like, it's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so many other people coming out, you know what I'm saying? And there was another brother that was told that went to the same church from the tribe of Ephraim. Like, later on, he was telling me stuff like, yeah, man, you know, it just didn't feel right, you know what I'm saying? But when I used to speak up, when I used to say certain things, I was the only one in the church that would really be asking these questions.
Right.
And it's like, you're not supposed to ask. You know, you ask anything about the Jermaine Grant, it's like, oh, yo, brother, you know what I'm saying? This brother's out of line, you know what I'm saying? Then the 20% tights, you know what I'm saying? One of the brothers stopped me. I stopped one of the brothers in the street, like, yo, where does it say 20% tights? You don't know where it's at? Man, I ain't going to show it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna show it to me because it's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, come.
That's why you ain't gonna show it to me. You know what I'm saying? That anything you show me, I'm gonna really read it. I'm gonna really look this thing. I'll get back to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, because then I want to study. I want to really make sure, like,
Right,
yo, what they saying is right. Because I don't want to just say, oh, they wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But nah, but they're wrong. They're wrong on this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I mean, have you yourself, have you read in the scriptures that it's 20% tights?
Nah, not
And
whatsoever.
then another thing, what about the action figure dolls? Yo, they got an action figure. This dude is like you know, he's on the same shelf with Batman, Robin, Superman, and Wonder Woman, man. I'm serious. Come on, man. It's crazy, man. Come on, man. That's nonsense, man. Yo, I think he bought the dolls for $69.99 and then was going to sell them for like $130 or whatever the price. I could be wrong on those numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that dude is just about money. Come on, man. That alone, the action figures would have got me out the church.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Who you going to sell it to? Who you going to sell it to? The congregation? Well, I guess that's who he was going to sell it to. You know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
And these zombies, because that's what they are. There's zombies in there. Them zombies was going to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm telling you.
so basically we're saying, and then our scripture says, will you rob the Most High? Would you rob?
Would you rob them? You know what I'm saying? Would you rob the Most High? You know what I'm saying? For the third collection plate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on, man.
When everybody say, will you rob Comfy?
Yeah, basically, that's what they saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Yeah, man, because, you know, I know that when, I remember I was going to go to the church on 125th, and I was at Halloween, and I was in the Bronx in my daughter's house, and I was with Neil, and I said, well, that's when you called me, and he said, do not go to the church. And I said, why? What happened? You said, because it was under a 501c3 act. I didn't know what that meant at the time, you know, but that's when I was going to go, and you stopped me from going. And I was like, all right, I got to find more about this, what this 501c3 act. I'm going to find out what's this camp about, you know. And then, you know, when you get into like, when I started preaching my first camp, I went to go see GMS at 34th Street. You told me that's where they, you know, like they be at, but it wasn't there at that time. You know, that's when I think they was preaching down Broadway, down like the World Trade Center area, the financial center area, right? And I didn't know that. So I was walking around, then I bump into, you know, Baquash, 14th Street Brothers, you know, and you know, I was asking a lot of questions, you know, bringing out scriptures, and the dude said, you got some knowledge. And I said, yeah, I learned from his brother, you know, and I started asking, you know, like, oh, you guys are GMS? He was like, oh, no. And the way they said it was like, what? Like, so that's why I started to learn about, you know, different camps and things like that. But I wanted to learn, period. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. That's what opened up my eyes too when I started, like, I turned on a GMS video. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it just feels different. You know what I'm saying? You just know, like, you know, like it was like I don't know, like GMS was just like, yo, Tahar from GMS, this guy has taught me more than my father. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Cause when I watched the videos, like Tahar was the one that was really talking. Like he was the one that was really doing the teaching. You know, I mean, I learned from other brothers too. You know what I'm saying? But Tahar was like, it was like, yo, this brother's just like sincere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And yo, let me say this. I wanted to say this, right? And this is a guarantee. If they was coming around, you know, like trying to get people to take that trip, yo, somebody like Tahar, I could see him like taking death, you know what I'm saying? Like really doing it. Like I you know, like that brother, that's a strong brother right there, you know.
I remember you used to call me when I was living in Redden. When you used to call me, I think like 7 in the morning, and we used to have Bible lessons. And you said, and he used to tell me a great millstone. And he said you put the phone by the video, by the computer, you know, while you was getting dressed. You know, and I was like, yo, these dudes are powerful, man. I said, yo, yeah, con. That's my first. I learned about Great Millstone. I was like, okay. Then when I got my computer up, and internet up, you know, I started watching it, and I was watching it first because it was funny. Like you see how Tahar, Elder Gabar, and Elder Ramla, especially Tahar and Gabar, would get on, Jake, and stuff like that. I was just to laugh. But then Tahar said something that got me like, yo, what the fuck? Pardon my language. And I started writing everything he said. I wrote it down word for word. I would pause it and write it down word for word. He'll bring up a scripture, and then he would break it down. And I'll write down word, and it's in my mother's house somewhere still. I can't find it, but I know it's in there because I never threw it away. But I used to write word for word, and then I started listening to his brother seriously, man. I was like, Tahar's no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? But even though when I was, I used to read for Bakwash, and Sabak, and things like that. I was always still learning from Great Millstone. I learned from a lot of camps, a lot of brothers, but I was always like GMS because they seem more like hardcore, and Tahar don't take no shit. Like remember one time when I went to go see him, Tahar didn't see me in a while, and I guess you see the video, and one of the brothers Tamawa saw the video, he started laughing. He was like, yeah, brother, you was like Ralph Crandy, you was like humming. He's like, brother, you saw this troop? He's like, come on, I do the work Saturday and Sunday, sir, and stuff. And I think one of the Gaddai brothers came and said, no, he's still, in his word. He said, all right then, And I was like, yo, that's when I was like, yo, man, Tahar don't play. And I had talked to the brother Yeshaya, where he went with his sister. And the reason I couldn't go with him that time, but he went with his sister because his sister knows the city better than he does. He went with me like twice, and he felt bad because he was like the brother. He felt he knew the elders was talking about him, and stuff like that. He said, "Oh, brothers want to be rubbing shoulders to shoulders," and I said, "Don't take it personal, man." I said, "Yo, the brothers got on me." You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take it personal. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's that you just probably calling a bad day, and it be times that they're going to be on fire. So you can't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Even when you watching videos, what's the guy that brother, the tall brother? I forgot his name. But him, and we was talking about him not too long ago too. I remember he threw the bottle on the floor, and I felt he was talking to me personally. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I told the brother Yeshai, I said, man, you can't take it personal, man, because, every camp is different. Every camp is more, like cordial or things like that. Every camp is not the same, but I still learn, And when Tahar was bringing out the RFID, the mark of the beast, and I see a lot of camps going against him and things like that, Now you're seeing a lot of brothers or elders from other camps saying they're not going to take the RFID chip, this and that, So.
And remember, brothers went against Sahar on the Cornelius thing.
The Cornelius thing, right. And some brothers, I think they're still going like that. You know what I mean?
No, but I think Nate, even Nate was like, yo, I seen a video that Nate even said Nate was like, yo, Tahar, he stood up in the class, and told him, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And told him that Cornelius was an Israelite. And man, he caught a lot of heat for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, con. Yeah, because...
But now even Nate is saying it, like, yeah, he was right,
Con. Yeah. So now getting back to, a Comfy, and after you left, and things like that, like, because I remember when he was going to court, and he was going to court for like tax evasion and things like that.
All right, this is another thing, right? So he went to court for tax evasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying, nah, I didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything right. Why are you going plead guilty? Show me somebody in the Bible. Show me. And he's supposed to be the comforter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you show me one of these men, these strong prophets that we had in the Bible. Show me one of them that was guilty of something. I mean, that was innocent of something, and said, hey, no, I'm really guilty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's just, I had wrote something on the comment board.
You're the comforter. You supposed to, you're Frank, they telling you you're a thief. They basically telling you a thief. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's going to court and saying, okay, all right, I plead guilty. I am a thief. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. I don't know.
Yes, there's a lot. What was
And I still need somebody from that church to explain them action figure dolls. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying, yo, come on, man. This dude got action figures of himself. Like, he's...
I know. I seen it. I couldn't believe it when I went online. I saw it. I was like, wow.
And you wanted this, and then when you come up to these dudes don't want to start answering. They don't want to answer no questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had met one of. I had
man.
one of those brothers that like they're real cocky. You know, they're real cocky, and having that.
Yeah, but then you act the same way with them. You know,
I have.
They act like they're better than all other Israelites, and they're not. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing is that they just got the nicer garments. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, I mean, like what was Ariab used to introduce Jermaine Grant? I used to do some.
The one. Remember he did that the Comforter tour, whatever.
Uh-huh.
The greatest man since John the Baptist, the Comforter. Come on, it's that clown. And then watch some of them videos. Watch the Israelites that's part of his congregation.
Mm-hmm.
Watch them how they going crazy like it's a rock concert or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a rock star.
Like, come on, like he's a rock star or something. You know what I'm saying?
But then I remember you told me one time that he had a bus. You saw a tour bus with his face on the front.
He was coming through, and this is the time that I was in the church. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the bus just passed by me, and it said the Comfort on it, and it had his face on it. I was like, I'm like, like, what the? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't like a school bus, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like a school, you always see with like the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Like Marbury and LeBron James was up in there, you know what I'm saying? For real, it was like, somebody like man with his face on it, like he is, man, you see. I don't even know what to say. Yo, I'm telling you. And then brothers, and then like, I don't know, what can you say to, you know what I'm saying? This dude got action figure dolls of him. They announcing him like he's, you know what I'm saying, your house shot. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
It's crazy, man. This dude had he had no humbleness in him. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and then let me tell you something real quick. Like, some people will be like, oh, you're supposed to be more sentimental. You know what I'm saying? You should have been more compassionate, you know what I'm saying, because he passed away, but other brothers done passed away. You think they give a fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Right, come.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Yo, them brothers is, I'm telling you, man.
And you still...
And I even had one time, and one time I got into a little thing with them. One of the brothers, like, he was just coming off too much, you know what I'm saying? So the street part of me came in me, you know what I'm saying?
Right, come.
And I was trying to really, just to be honest with you, I was just thinking about stomping his head out. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know what I'm saying? And I still see that brother. You know what I'm saying? I still see him.
You still see him? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like you stay on your side of the bar, I stay on my side. You know what I'm saying? It is. Because them brothers is like, even if you come to them, one of the brothers, I was going to tell him, because he taught me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I went up to this brother, and I was like, yo, I just wanted to tell you, thank you for, and he just cut me off like, yo, brother, why you haven't been at the church? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I told him, I'm like, yo, boy, it's all about that comforter dude, you know what I'm saying? He just cut me off. All right, brother, and I found that rude, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
whatever, brother just walked away like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys ain't nothing special, you know what I'm saying? It kind of bring out the street in you sometimes, you know?
Yeah, right.
And I'm just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? But I'll just be like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just, but them dudes is just, man, they just something else, man. But you can't be you can't be nice with them, you know what I'm saying? I tried that already, you know what I'm saying?
Con.
So it's just like a lost case, you know.
So you still see those brothers out there once in a while when you're up and about?
I see them once in a while, you know what I'm saying?
And you don't have words with them, you just keep it moving? Or...
Yeah, one time I stopped them and the brother was telling me to come to the church, because there's one brother that I did have some respect for, you know what I'm saying? His name was Zion, because to me, they're not like Jermaine. Just to be honest, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to just talk bad and bad, but they're not like, to me, like what I seen. They're not like Jermaine Grant. You know what I'm saying? But Jermaine Grant is the leader. He's, you know what I'm saying?
Right, come.
So y'all following everything he's doing, so I can't follow it. You know what I'm saying? But they were like, I mean, and the brother's mad smart. You know what I'm saying? Brother's mad smart, but he's the one I told you that I was out when I, you know, I was just thanking him, yo, bro, I just thank you, you know, and he just came out mad rude. You know what I'm saying? So like, just as a man, you know, so you want to just be humble, but then, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, you know.
You know, it's hard. It's hard, man. You know, and then sometimes you gotta just, you know, think what Yahweh Shai would have done. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, you know, humble. You know, and it's hard. It's hard. It's hard, especially in these days when, you know, when how we was raised, you know, and things like that. You know what I mean? So you know, we really gotta be humble and, you know, it's be like, all right, this brother maybe don't know what he's, you know, whatever.
Yeah, but
you know?
it like them brothers, they really changed. And I found out back in the days, I guess they jumped GMS. Back in the days, you know what I'm saying? They came with their whole crew, you know what I'm saying? Jump. But, you know, like, you know.
Yeah, I saw the
But now
video.
you see cats, but GMS wasn't that large at that time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But when the numbers is even, you won't even see them do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Come. Yeah, I remember when they stepped to what was early when I, there was a
Oh,
video.
the other brother,
Brother like Blackfish, I think it was.
Yeah,
I seen that video. I was like,
They
damn.
trying to threaten him, but he came with 500 dudes. I'm telling you, you know, like just trying to threaten brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, whether we caught or not, I don't play that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You're not bullying me. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, I try to keep it spiritual, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
sometimes you gotta, you know, because it's like, there's some good brothers, you know, like, you can have some good brothers, like, they mean well, so, like, you know, like, whatever Jermaine say, they just gonna go with it, you know what I'm saying? Yo, the sky's purple, the sky's purple, they gonna, even if they see it's not purple, it's purple to them, you know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
That's what it is.
Nah,
you know
you have a lot of yes men, and it happens a lot.
Yo,
Man
and let me
pleasers.
say that real quick. When I was in the church, I used to ask the most questions. You know what I'm saying? Brothers would be scared. One time, this one brother, he was an older brother too. I don't even remember his name, but he wanted to ask a question. He was asking me to ask his question because he didn't want to ask it.
Wow.
He wasn't actually asking me to ask it, but he was just telling me like, "Yo, but what about you know?"
Right.
You know.
And then you would say, and you would ask them.
Yeah, and then I'll stand, but because after every session you can ask them questions, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And then that's when, like, as I started watching some videos, I started asking questions about this. Is this guy the comforter? Like, because then I started reading it, like, it didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But they telling me, they constantly tell me, nah, this brother, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, just watching him, he's just like, it seems like he's about himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's about himself. But everything proves that he's about himself. I'm telling you, going back to the action figure dolls, that alone, half of these Christian pastors ain't even hit that level.
Right. I remember the first time I wrote to him, and he wrote back, and I was, I was hyped, you know what I'm saying? Because, you're getting this truth, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, the Comforter wrote to me. You believe that? The Comforter wrote to me. Oh man, I cannot believe it. you know.
Of course.
But I ain't gonna front when I ain't gonna lie, brother. When I first saw GMS live, like not the first time, no, the first time when I saw them, they was on Delancey Street. And that's when I called you, remember?
I'm sorry, can I cut you off for 1 second?
Nah, go ahead, brother, go ahead.
Just you mentioning GMS, because from going from Jermaine then going to GMS, because it's like, when I seen GMS, they was more like in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? They was more like just being raw, and Tahar took a lot of heat, even, like with the rape thing that they was talking about.
Right, con.
Even, like even me, I kind of fell back a little bit, like, damn, like, even to today, I still gotta, like, really look at them scriptures, you know what I'm saying?
Con. Yeah, you have to, man.
So, like, that's something that I looked at, all right, like, Tahar, he's Remember I told you, Tahar has taught me more, honestly, Tahar has taught me more than my own dad has taught me. Like, he taught me, like, I remember him bringing up the Rothschild family. This was, like, years ago, you know?
Right,
Like, he was bringing up the Rothschild family, and I started looking that up. He started bringing up like, everything. Just, you know what I'm saying, the certain scriptures, the mark of the beast. I didn't know, like, he was just teaching me about everything, and he was being honest about himself, you know, and about other brothers. Like, brothers wasn't perfect, you know, but more like the discomforter. He was acting like he was perfect, you know. Like he couldn't do nothing, you know. He just came off just like, you know, and you can't even really see that dude, really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can see it, but he's more like, you know, like he's harder to find. Like, you know, like certain like brothers like Tahar. Who's the other brother that you was reading for before?
Bakwash.
The other brother. Yeah, Zabak. Like, you see them brothers, you know what I'm saying? You can see them. You can actually go and ask them questions. Like, these dudes act like they're too, you know?
Yeah,
like,
you can't. Yeah, it's like it's when I it's like when I saw GMS the first time, Tahar wasn't there. You know, I saw the other brothers. You know, and I stood. And then the second time, when it was on 34th Street, and I saw Tahar and them, it was like a teenager when you see your favorite rap star. And then I ran across the street like, oh shit, Tahar them, Kabar them. I was so hyped. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, these are dudes. To me, it was like the rock stars. You know
how I felt?
That's how I felt when I first, and I know after a while, it's like, okay, they're men, and they're going to tell you, hey, we human, we make mistakes, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the beginning, you know, because you get into this truth, and they busting on so much scriptures, and they bringing out knowledge. It's just like, yo, these dudes are the real rock stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the rock stars that giving you out truth. You know what I mean? I mean, it have to sound like man-pleasing or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I would see like AOC, you know, and other brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, oh, snap, yo, that's the other brothers, you know what I'm saying? And things like that, because they're dropping down knowledge, man. And I would stay through their clothes, you know, and things like that, you know? So, you know, I mean, that's when the beginning, then you wisen up and you get an understanding, and, you know, like, they're men just like you, and they started the same way and things like, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. One time, I ain't gonna lie, I was in South Carolina preaching 10 years ago. One dude came up to me and he bowed down. And I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, I mean, I kind of liked it, and then I just snapped myself out of it like, nah, man, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm mortal. You know what I'm saying? I said, get up from your knees, man, you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it caught me off guard. You know, it caught me off guard and stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, I was being human, you know what I mean? And things like that, you know. But knowing that with, you know, but with this, you know.
I told you when I seen the Comforters bus, I chased it. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But it was like shocking, though, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, oh, snap.
Right, con. Yeah, it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, like now, you know that, you know, he passed away. He's gone to the spirit world and things like that. You know, I'm not gonna talk bad about him because I never know the man or met the man personally and things like that. You know.
Listen, me.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you honestly.
It's you, brother. This is you. You ain't biting no tongue for no one, brother. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. That dude was a fraud. Yo, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a lot. We talk about. We say. We might talk about. All right. We talk about Judas, right? Yo, he sold your Howard Shy out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there was messing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we talk about him. You know what I'm saying? He passed away. It's like, yo, the truth is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And I don't know if, like, is this being recorded or something?
Come.
So it's being recorded, so whatever, you know what I'm saying? People get in the comments and be like, yo, I'm telling you the truth, you know what I'm saying? The truth is the truth, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure.
You know, certain people's just going to tell you, yo, this is what it is. I was the same way in the church. Nah, I don't agree with this. Nah, yo, this ain't right, you know what I'm saying? No other brothers was asking about the Archangels Award. Like, why are we doing this or nothing? Like, you guys are just doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Like, come.
With no reason behind it, no scriptures or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, con, man.
That's what it is. Yo, and dude. Look, you never met the dude, right? But what do you think about him and the action figure dolls?
No, that's idolizing. That's idolizing right there, man.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
That's idolizing. You want people to idolize him. Knowing, I mean, you supposed to be the so-called godsend comforter. You
Come
know what I'm
on.
saying? Come on, man. I mean,
You don't have to know somebody. You don't know Donald Trump, right? But you know he a devil.
he's a
You
devil.
never
Yeah,
met
right,
him.
con.
You
I know
never
he's
met him in
about.
your life. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
con. Yeah, it's we all, like we all gonna be judged, and
True,
things
we
like
all gonna
that.
be judged.
We all gonna be.
Listen, and real quick, I'm not saying I'm perfect or because I'll tell somebody in a minute, I'm trying to get myself right. I'm trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
sit
saying?
there. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
same
But I
here.
tell you right now, though, I'm not running around calling myself the comforter. So he got to hold himself to some high standards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, con. Yeah, you're right, con.
He's the God-sent comforter. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah, and taking men's wives and things like that, and yeah, man, that's you're gonna be judged on that. Even I told brothers and sisters in my videos and those who listen that I'm far from perfect. I tell them the truth. I say, hey, I took my hand off the plow, man. But knowing that I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I repented. I did a repent video, and one of the brothers from GMS sort of video. He did a video on me, whatever, and he said, "Pray for this brother to have some demons off him, man." And I was very I was very thankful, man. I was thankful, and we should do the same for the brothers and sisters who's dealing with demons, man. We're all dealing with struggles, man, in our life. We all deal with demons, man. We all are, man.
I'm looking at but we can't not look at the situation. If we was talking about the company, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't call Jermaine Grant. If we talking about him, it's like, why not talk about it? Why not? Let's break everything up. This was the church.
Right.
Come on, I can understand if you were doing some things in your own house. You know what I'm saying? Or that you were doing this at the church. What about the brother? Look at the video with the brother that got the van. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, yeah,
and found all the stuff. Yo, just look at the video and do a video on that. These are brothers that knew this guy. You know what I'm saying? That they found all this evidence. Yo, come on, man.
No, yeah, that was
The dude wasn't right, man. Yo, the dude wasn't right, and anybody in the church that say that he was, you know what I'm saying? They just wrong, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want about me, but I'm not calling myself the God-sent comforter. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah, con.
Yo, I'm a student, and I sin, and I try to do right, you know what I'm saying, in my own life. I could come here and be like, you know what, yeah, listen, I've been doing everything right, you know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
But, hey, you know what I'm saying? But but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying, I try to get right with the Most High. Even sometimes when you think that you're doing something right, sometimes you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right, con.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's a struggle.
It's hard, man. It's hard because when you especially when it's truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, damn. I mean, it is so hard, man. It is so hard, and it's like. Oh man, I don't know. It's not easy, man. Tahar said, like brothers get burned out real quick, and stuff like that. I mean, and we got stayed. I mean, you think, look at it. I've been in this truth. I came in this truth. Been like 12 years, right? It's like 12 years. What? 2000 and 2020. Yeah, like you introduced me to truth in 2008. Yeah, you introduced truth almost like 12 years, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And it's just crazy because it's like, wow, the elders been doing it longer, for a long time. So you know how to struggle. They was going through the temptations and you know what I mean?
But remember, there's some brothers too that come out and do videos and they not doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of videos be coming out like that. Yo, this brother was saying this and that. You know what I'm saying? But then this brother, but he was really doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I don't because look, I can lie. I can come out and be like, yo, I'm doing this, but the Most High is the only one that counts. So I'm lying to him. You know what I'm saying? He know I'm lying. So,
Right.
So I just try to be honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? Just try to do you know. And you know, like I see myself, you know, sometimes I see myself in Christ, I see myself as a good person, like I got a good heart, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Fun.
But the scripture says is damn, what was that scripture? Man, this one scripture. I'll get back to that. But you know, but hello?
Yep, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, no, you can keep going.
Okay. Yeah, because you gotta understand, man. You know, it's I like to read the scripture out of the book of Proverbs, um, the book of chapter 28, verse 10. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself in his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in his possession. You know? So, yeah, man. You know, we listen, Ak, you know, we all gonna fall down, brother. We all gonna fall, man. We all gonna fall short. You know what I mean? And think about this. Look at great men that the Most High was talking on a personal note. Look at King David, King Solomon, Moses. You know what I'm saying? Samuel, Noah.
I was about to say, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Daniel. I mean, he was dealing with these men on a personal note. Right? Look at and we fell short. They fell short. So I know definitely we're gonna fall short. What we gotta do is just keep on going, man. What we gotta do is keep on going, man. That's all we can do is keep on going. You know, I mean, I see, man. Listen, man. It's like I said. What we have to do, just gotta keep on going, man. You know. But
can you get 2 scriptures for me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, I was gonna get a scripture real quick. This is the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, 11 and 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. You know, he can fall in his own wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's another one, Proverbs 24 and 16. This is the one I really wanted. For a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. So we have to, when we fall, we're going to keep getting up, dust ourselves off, right, as we're supposed to do, and keep rising up, keep on doing what we're doing. Keep marching. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Most High for forgiveness. He's a merciful God. You know what I'm saying? He's a merciful God. You know, he's a great man, great omnipotent power, everything he could do. I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell you about the Most High. I'm gonna tell you how. Now, when you watch like shows like say like the Human Anatomy, right? And you see how things break down the body. This is for that. When you have a cold, this fights this and that fight. That's a complex. I mean, the Most High, he is. It's a word, man. You know, he's meticulous.
Look at how the earth just,
you know what I'm saying? He's meticulous thing. When you think about, yes, like my uncle said, how can the sun be 93 miles away, 93 million miles away?
93 million miles away, and the moon is what, 250,000?
Something like that. And then if the moon comes a little, if the earth comes a little, if the sun comes a little closer to the earth, or we come a little closer or off the orbit, we're done, right? It's perfect. Even with the animal world, if you look at, okay, like saying for insects, I was watching this show, this thing called What If, right? And they said, what if we didn't have
For the bees?
Not just the bee, yeah, okay, perfect, the bees. We need bees. We need wasps. So we can have fruits and vegetables to eat. We need certain animals that pest us to make the world go round, like mosquitoes.
Huh? You remember I told you one time I was watching National Geographic, and the elephant was took a poop. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a big chunk of it. You know what I'm saying? So it falls to the ground, and then like a little time later, a bunch of ants come pick it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they all like together. They all picking up this poop, and they taking it somewhere. I think to build like houses for them. They build like houses out of like elephant poop. I'm like, and it was like in National Geographic, the guy was saying, yeah, in the animal world, nothing goes to waste. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. And just to show you how perfect the Most High is, man. That's how perfect the Most High is. Yo, I'm gonna stop this video, and we're gonna go into part 2, and we're gonna talk about what's going on with today, the COVID-19, and I want your take on it and how it's convicting, how it's disturbing your life and somewhat, and things like that. So, brothers and sisters, this the brother that's the brother Johanna, and we're gonna say all praises and glories to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and we're gonna have a part 2, and for that we're gonna say Shalom.
Shalom.